Good evening, everybody, and oh goodness, we're probably supposed to be a little quieter, a little more discreet. I think is the word. Oh hell, it's time to race. It's the Diddler Cup. What are they gonna do? Get all of us out of this track now? My name is Chip Chapman here for IRM. We are ready to go racing for a Daytona 500. Since you're only hearing my voice, you just got to understand that those air quotes are implied. So from now on, I'm not going to put that sort of inflection. It's a Daytona 500 here at the Richard Pettit Driving Experience in Daytona Beach, Florida. Again, my name is Chip Chapman. I'll be calling all the action for you here at the track. It's a beautiful, beautiful night. The locks were easy to pick. I'm joined by my second in charge, the former short track specialist turned color commentator, Lightning Lord Shivers.
Hey, buddy. Thanks for having me on board. Nobody's around here, right? Nobody except for like the 100 fans we told about this thing?
There's that maintenance filler who was here when we came into this booth, but I think he's...
yeah.
He seems all in on it. If he wants to join in, he's happy to.
All right. Also, go up to the rooftop every now and then with the sniper rifle and see if anybody's just kind of, snooping around.
Well, I think he just came in here. Beaumont Jenkins, number one fan of the of Woo Bob Island, who won last week's race. He just came back off the roof.
You guys weren't following, were you? God, that is the last time I wear my goddamn construction clothes, fucking bright orange and reflection shit. Do if I ever need to sneak into anything. You got your track, were you?
Nah, I think we're good.
All right, you got your burner phones out?
I got a flip phone, but I kind of need it.
Okay, well, that's great. All right, we can text using the T9.
Fuck all tail.
There we go. And
hey, by the way, guys, if you get a weird sound saying checkpoint, it's just the simulator itself.
All right, good enough. And we are coming off two big races. The win of Woo Bob Island at the Corso. What the hell? This is super dangerous on the roads of South Tucson. We're finally leaving the city of South Tucson, the comfort of South Tucson, Arizona, for some super speedway action. And we don't want to get too behind. There you see the cars waiting to get going onto this track. We got Jasper Cuddy-Sark. He is our pole sitter for this. You see on the outside, that is Rusty Arcana in the LOA car, the number 12.
I would say Cuddy-Sark was smoking down there, that thing that you couldn't see it, though.
Yeah, Cuddy-Sark, the throat candy tobacco lozenges, and he is sitting currently in, he is currently sitting third in the points behind only Joey Rochester, who sits on row 2. You can see it right there in your picture. And Morris Mayfield, of course, the 00 in the Niles Darby's car, which, don't matter to him. He's leading the points. Those are your top three. Good qualifying pass for Jasper Cuddy-Sark.
Absolutely. And on a track like this, you need to have all the momentum in the world. We're running those restrictor plates. Some folks don't like them. Personally, I think it may be best served to just take them off so that they can run faster. But also, you get the bigger packs, which means we probably get the bigger pileups, and that's what we want to see.
And we're
you also got to make sure none of these cockpits are reformatted from any stupid Hydro Thunder machines, too.
We have done as much calculating and mathematics as possible, and we determined that 56 laps is about as much as we can get in tonight before we get in trouble and possibly sued, arrested, or
that's
just
like
put in front of a fire range.
$30 in quarters there, Chip. $30 in quarters. That is impressive.
That's a lot of quarters.
That'll get you kicked out of Dave and Buster's in no time. Be like, hey, fuck you. I'm out here to win some bullshit.
Now, Beaumont, real quick, before we get into the prayer, I got a question. Are we following this up? Are we following this trip to 37 Speedway up with a trip to Dinosaur Canyon? That's what I want to know.
I want to know that, too. I just want to get enough money to play the goddamn Hyper Bowl. I still got some tickets left over. I got VIP prestige. I got an account created. I got to win some shit here tonight. That little tiny cocktail arcade cabinet's coming back with me.
I don't blame you for that one. And I think, as you can hear, the crowd is getting a little restless. We asked one of our locals to go ahead and deliver a lovely prayer to bless these 32 drivers, 31 humans, and 1 horse. So let's go down to our local from the Daytona area, who's going to give us our pre-race prayer.
Hello, Goyim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam b'mitzvotav v'shikata Diddler Cup Shema Daytona Eloheinu v'kat el heged v'chem yevaliv Baruchu hefaliv l'simcha b'shem yecheshechek yanu v'kiyamanu v'yigianu lazman chazeh Bugatti, amen!
And now we're going to have to go head over to...
Boys, keep it down.
Well,
Jesus, you're lucky. You're lucky I'm quitting this week. You're going to get me in trouble.
Shit! You're working at the
security guard. I told you, shut up, security guard.
It's fine.
We paid you well. We paid you well.
He's okay. He's okay.
It's all right. Yeah, he's going to be working at the Hooters across the street next week. It's all right.
We'll work with it. We can bring him on the road with us. We could. I mean, he's already got Roll Tide written on his jumpsuit. So like.
Close enough. Close enough.
I'm seeing Roll Tide.
I bet you survived 5 nights at Freddy's. How about you survived 4 fists to the face, courtesy of Woo Ba Ba?
Whoa, take it easy there, Beaumont. I think we can let him. I think we can.
Start paranoid.
Well, you know, how about this? If we're okay with it, I think we should let our new friend Roll Tide, who may be the one that can maybe put in a good word for us if we're caught. Winkety wink.
Nudge, nudge.
To give those not quite as famous words in motorsports, but ones that are just close enough to get the point across, but not exact, so we can't get sued when the inevitable video of this whole shindig goes public.
Do it.
All right, make this quick.
Hey, you! Get out of my dreams. Get into your cars.
Oh,
That ain't
man.
bad. I like that.
That is an ocean of greatness.
That it
Absolutely.
is. And I think it is time to go ahead and talk about our starting grid before we get moving. You see they are getting ready to go off there. There you see it. It is a Daytona 500. And let's see how the cars are lining up. You see, there it is. You saw it on Twitter as we broke the news. Jasper Kudisark third in points on the pole, outside pole. Rusty Arcannon, that number 12 LOA car. Joey Rochester second in points on row 2. Reverend Pastor Chavez, after a disappointing run at South Tucson, he's on the outside of row 2. Joe John Winchester and Harry Gunton row 3. Fat Darrell and Blind Bob McGee in that number 44 Molested Pig barbecue car, that Chevy, on row 4. Big Daddy Thibodeau leaving the comfort of home of South Tucson. He's on row 5 with Jeff Gordon the horse. And we're looking at row 6, Morris Mayfield. There's your points leader, along with Elmer Twist in the number 99 Slap Mart Pontiac. El Matador Toto Rosanna on the inside of row 7, along with Richard Blood in the Plasma Train forward. Mr. Naga's most glorious driver, the only Yaris in the race, on row 8 with Cotton Stuff Body in that number 17 Taxidermy Wow Ford. Kevin Boner Pillman in the Donger X Injector Pen. He's on row 9 with Paul Alcohol. And on row 10, it is Jean-Paul Henry in that number 4 Ludger Beer Bomb Chevy Prism, along with Jeff Shanice, pair of Chevys on there in the Jeff's Chinese car. Row 11, Ennio Sparini, number 28 in the wall-to-wall salve car. I believe that was with Autobahn on the number 69 car.
Nice.
And Stumpy Lane, and I think that was Burt McKitchen on row 12. Bowie Jessup in the number 22 HCL car on row 13 with Giacomo. Woo Bala starts at the back. Row 14.
Facewalker champion wins!
And his Hugger Oranges. Pontiac Bonneville along with Jimmy Poots in the number 9 to Filthy Boys car. That Dodge Stratus. Ricky Walton and Paul Walker in row 15. And in the back, oh my God, who just said that? We are going to get sued. BD Joseph and Jim Blossoms. They close out in the back of the field. Jim Blossoms in the number 11. KFC I Ate the Bones. Ford Pinto. And we are going to go ahead and take it to the track.
All right, let's do it. This is going to be a 56-lap race, so it's going to stretch out the fuel mileage just about to get. That would be a miracle if they could get there in one tank, honestly. You see, we painted the line around the racetrack so don't get lost. It's a 2.5-mile super speedway. You got to have a good handling race car to get around here effectively. If you don't, you're going to lose the pack. You're going to lose the pack, and then you're not going to go as fast. If you don't go as fast, you ain't winning the race. Just that simple.
It's also good to know they painted the line there because we just updated the maps in Garmin GPS, and they're telling them to turn right. I don't think that's correct.
No, not on this track. We may have had some right turns maybe in our last race on the actual roads of South Tucson. Not here. And Lightning Lloyd, you got to tell, how important is it to have a good qualifying pass in this race to be at the front, potentially avoiding a big pack of cars?
Well, my strategy would always be, if you want to avoid the big wreck in the middle field, because it's bound to happen, the best way to do it is to just stay up in front and be ahead of everybody else. Don't drop back and be a sissy boy, although you will see some guys, there's going to be a lot of passing in this race. I got a good feeling about it. We're going to see a lot of overtaking, cars getting shuffled from the front to the back to the middle to the front to the back to the middle again.
And we're seeing
Just
they're
like
doing
your
a nice...
grandma playing Uno.
A nice long pace lap, 2.5 miles long. This racetrack, if I'm correct, is that about right? 2.25.
That's 1/6 of a South Tucson.
That it is. I legitimately forget how long this track is. Pace car is off, and it looks like Jasper Kudisark is about to go ahead and bring him to the green flag. And I want you to strap something on. And let's go diddling! It's a goddamn auto race!
It's a goddamn auto race!
Goddamn auto race! This printer's not a Daytona!
Woo! Reach down there and scratch that gooch one more time!
And Jasper Kudisark, they're staying pretty much in line right now. And let's see who can bring him to the first lead lap. It's very important right now. You can see, look at him going 3 wide already on that straightaway. Kudisark and Arcana.
Oh, please give
neck
us
and neck
please.
For those bonus points.
I should just say that Rusty Arcana, for a guy driving a car that endorses criminal activity, it's fitting that he gets in, near the top of this kind of race.
And it looks like Arcana is trying to make that little bit of lead on that high line. He's going to lead the first lap and take those 5 points away for Jasper Kudisark. Look at that big old pack as they're coming down into turn 1. We've got a couple of cars in the middle of that storm. And it's not like the eye of a hurricane. You're going to be in trouble if that is where you find yourself. No drafting partners, nothing like that.
It's like finding yourself in the balls of a tornado, or the anus of a typhoon,
or the grundle of a monsoon,
or the scrotum of Snowmageddon.
Remember Grundle Monsoon? Wasn't he one of them wrestlers?
Oh, yeah. I had so many fond memories of him just calling all those great wrestling matches way back in the day down there in WCW.
And
Don't
look
forget
at this,
the taint of a
Kudisark
hailstorm.
taking the lead going into lap number 3. Regaining the lead. He's got Arcana right behind him. He's going to take that little line, get right in front of Fat Daryl in that number 66 RU Hunger Grease Trucks car.
That is a fat Daryl in a fat car.
You got to wonder if all that extra weight is going to help him.
God, he doesn't need an oxygen tank. He needs an oxygen warship.
Absolutely, but you see all the weight, it's balancing out the car so he doesn't have to turn it quite as hard. The car's just leaning over the left as it is.
And look who's moving into second place is Jeff Gordon the horse in that number 8 gunk car. That Chevy getting right behind another Chevy and looking to make him pass on the low end. Not able to do it, but taking that low line. Let's take a look at Jeff Gordon the horse.
Is there
currently leading this race.
Here's my question with Jeff Gordon the horse. Is there like an auto jockey that's whipping him when he wants to go faster?
Maybe they got some electrons.
I mean, that's a cool feature to have in anyone's car, but that's gotten fucked up.
I don't know, man. I mean, it kind of feels like, they're cheating kind of a bit if that was the case. But like I said, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. If you ain't trying, what the fuck are you doing?
They do have at least one extra horsepower in the sense means that their driver is a horse. And he's got El Matador Toto Rosanna right behind him. Well, it may not be a bull, but the El Matador is going to chase the horse. And almost gets into the bottom of him. Jeff
Oh my
Gordon,
goodness!
the horse,
He is going to hold that line.
We got ourselves a steeplechase.
That we
And
do.
here they come.
And El Matador Toto Rosanna wants to get some of those 5 points. Taking that low line. And it's a long race. We're only 4 laps completed out of 56. And they are bunched up. Look at that. Ennio Sparini almost getting into Morris Mayfield.
Yeah, this is what we're going to see. It looks like the low line is going to have all the momentum around this racetrack. That's where most of the grip is. That's where most of the guys are going to want to go down if they're going to try to make any moves. If you get stuck out the high side, you're going to have a real bad time at this. Hey, look who's up in the third. It's Autobahn, the number 69 car.
Nice.
Well, you can see he just moved to second place. And that is how close. Look at those times. You see them as they're coming around. Every time the laps are updated. El Matador Toto Rosanna going to lead this race. Our 4th race leader right now is El Matador Toto Rosanna.
Rusty Arcana dropping off pretty quick there too.
Well, that's that might be strategy. I mean, they are running so close together. Rusty Arcana behind the points leader, Morris Mayfield, who we are focused on at the moment.
Yeah, I don't know about Rusty Arcana's strategy to just drop back in the middle of this pack like this. It seems like a good.
And Joey Rogers just be caught up. Caution is out.
Oh no!
Oh,
Caution is out.
The paint sensors are on.
I told you guys not to go up on the wall.
And that's going to have to be a heck of a cleanup job.
Oh, and that's the pole sitter. That's the pole sitter, Jasper Cuddy-Sark.
And that is second and third place in the points.
Oh my goodness.
That's going to be a lot to explain.
No, you can't win the championship in the 3rd race of the season, but you can sure as shit lose it.
And let's go back to pace car is out. And that is what that's going to do is that's going to bunch up the field that much more on the restart. You can see Jasper Cuddy-Sark, as a lot of people were noticing, was getting really loose coming off the turn. It was taking that high line all alone.
Yeah,
maybe
see, that's
got into the 49 of Joey Rochester in that WCW Universe roadblock car.
He choked on his own spittle.
Well, I tell you what, I mean, Cuddy-Sark was driving that car loose in qualifying. I guess they didn't have enough time to get the car set up because, you know, we were kind of surveying the scene to see if the cops were around.
In fact, so far, I understand that wreck did not make anybody suspicious. We're good at the moment as far as I'm concerned.
Now, just remember, under no circumstances, no matter how dead any one of these drivers may look in the event of an accident, we do not send them to the nearby hospital. They go to the infirmary care center only.
Absolutely not. We see Paul Walker is heading to pit road. Not sure what that's about. Maybe some problems with his car. I don't know if he got into that wreck as well. We're going to take a look, and he's going to drop off. We're going to keep an eye on that number 2 car, as obviously it's going to drop. No cars on pit lane following him.
Yeah, I mean, this seemed like a smart strategy to just top off the fuel tank so you don't have to worry about the end of the race. But I don't know. Paul Walker's car seemed kind of sick.
Maybe so. That's that box of wine, Chevy Prism. And let's look at BD Joseph, number 21 car. Finished, qualified at the back of the pack, second to last. He was the inside on the last row, already up to second place behind El Matador Toto Rosanna. You can see that's what happens when you run in a pack like that. You just got to get in the right spot when the caution comes out. And just like that, 8 laps in, second place for BD Joseph in that legal bet for realmoney.gov, Pontiac Bonneville.
Absolutely. Legal bet for realmoney.gov, home of the FBI, the fun betting innovations.
No doubt about that. If you want to go,
the odds are always in their favor.
If you want to go there and give and wager money in an incredibly legal environment that is in no way a sting operation, then you want to look for the FBI, a fun betting innovation. And right behind him is Autobahn in that 69 car.
Nice.
That Chevy Prism. And we're looking at it. It's a Dodge a Pontiac, and then a Chevy. And then Ricky Walton, another Pontiac in 4th. Ennio Sparini, another Dodge in 5th. And looks like the pace car is off.
Man,
oh, no,
I'll tell
I'm
you
mistaken.
what.
There is the pace car still on. So
All
they're
these
clean-
Dodgers up at the front, this will make Lee Iacocca pop the 3rd least comfortable boner that he's ever had in his lifetime. You don't want to hear about numbers 1 and 2. All I can tell you is that they involve Buddy Arrington and an uncomfortable amount of Crisco butter.
And we're seeing nobody on pit road now. So Paul Walker, as far as I know, back on the track. We'll see if that was a strategy. I mean, the way they're bunching together, you could very easily make that time up.
Yeah, now it's important for Toto Rosanna on this restart not to get too good of a jump, because if he gets too far ahead of the pack, they're just going to swallow him up whole.
And that's just wasting fuel.
And that's another Lee Iacocca boner right there.
Absolutely. And speaking of fuel, we would like to thank our great sponsors, Bapus, the official fuel of the Diddler Cup Racing Series. They don't know about this either.
If you're running strong, you're running with Bapus. Bapus. The official fuel of the Diddler Cup. If you're diddling, you're diddling with Beepus.
Absolutely, and we would like to send a belated thanks to Parts Unknown Auto Parts for the $15 gift card presented to our pole sitter Jasper Cudisark. Well, at least he could spend it on parts.
I was going to say he may have to spend it after all. He's going to have to spend it now that he is, as far as we know, I think he's back on the track. Let's go ahead and take a look, see where, yeah, he is, both cars back on the track, so only minimal damage it looks like.
It's amazing what a bunch of duct tape will do for a car.
I mean, especially when you don't want to leave any sort of trace that we were
Especially
here.
if you want your driver to shut the hell up, too.
That is very important.
Or if you need to bring along a teammate in the back, right in the trunk, since we're doing a whole bunch of legal shit tonight.
And of course, Corso still in that pace car, driving that pace car, just.
I'm surprised he's kept it on the road this long.
You know,
I'll be
I
honest.
think it's one of those auto-assisted driving car type things like the Google's got. We just can't trust them with anything more powerful than a Porsche truck. And even that, we got our doubts.
Yeah, I've seen some of the mechanics. They were trying to drop a 440 big block into that Porsche truck over the last week. Oh, it would have been so great. Oh, it would have been so much fun for Lee Corso. He would have crashed it so badly. I mean, you've seen him on that
all
plane.
that work would have been gone up in flames literally in about a minute.
Pace car in this lap.
Yep, you can see the lights are off. The pace car is coming in. We're going to see the green flag as we head into lap 11 of 56 after a caution did some damage to the number 49 car, a Joey Rochester, and the number 25 car, Jasper Cudisark. As far as we know, there's no other cars that were involved in that wreck. Well, we'll have to look at the replay at the end of the race to see if Paul Walker might have been in it as well. We don't actually know. We didn't see him involved in it.
We are only the finest and most eagle-eyed of professionals here at the Diddler Cup Racing Series. There's Lee Corso sticking his middle finger out of the air. He is
not giving
only
it to anybody in general, just telling them that we got one to go till the green flag.
Yeah.
Probably took a shit in Brutus Buckeye's hat or something.
And we got green flag racing as we turn this corner.
Let's get to re-diddling.
I want to hear that New Yorker Billy Squire call this race.
Stroke it!
Stroke me, stroke me. Man, that sounds like my first time.
Every minute of it.
That sounds just delightful. I'm not gonna lie.
Here we go. We're going to get a single file restart here. And these engines are going to roar into life, but hopefully not too loud so that anybody will notice.
I think we're going to see him go wide pretty quickly. There's the pace car. Corso just making a very reckless left turn at the last minute.
That Corso's dumb as hell.
El Matador Toto Rosanna takes us to the green flag. We start lap 11, and let's get a look. Let's go a little deeper into this field and see how quickly they're going to go wide. Yeah, we're seeing it already too wide. perhaps 3 wide.
Maybe even 4 or even 5 wide. You see that yellow line down there?
Do it!
They are keeping it pretty conservative on the first green flag lap after the first caution of this race. And you can see we got 3 wide in the middle of that pack. Jimmy Poots, Blind Bob McGee, that's Woo Bob Ballard, Joe John Winchester, Richard Blood, Burt McKitchen, quite towards the back of this field.
Absolutely, they're all funneling out here trying to get themselves some good track position, try to find all the momentum they can.
And
Is
it
this the
looks
momentum
like
track?
B.D. Joseph got the run on El Matador Toto Rosanna. Looks like he's gonna. Well, Otto Bahn. B.D. Joseph leading that lap.
Absolutely, B.D. Joseph. He's got that green fare going all the way to the Kentucky Fried Chicken.
That he does. Let's keep a close eye on that number 69 car. That Chevy Prism driven by Otto Bahn. He is right on the tail of B.D. Joseph. And that Pontiac Bonneville, maybe try to get some of those bonus points. If Otto Bahn can make this pass, leading a lap gets you 5 bonus points. There's no additional bonus points for leading the most laps. It's just the 5 if you lead any. And he's going to try to pick his spot. Jeff Gordon, the horse, staying in 3rd place. B.D. Josephs continues to lead the lap, going into lap number 13. And look, they're going 2 wide in the front, 3 wide behind there. El Matador Toto Rosanna way high line with Ricky Walton behind him. That's maybe why he dropped some spaces. And look at Otto Bahn trying to get back into the preferred line on the track. But he was blocked by Ennio Sparini and has dropped down to about 5th place.
Yeah, now he's got to tag back up with these other cars that got stranded on the high line and try and work his way back up the field. And that's easier said than done.
Hey guys, I'm seeing some lights out here. Let me go investigate here.
All right, fair enough. He is back on the high line again.
50 cows up on the rooftop.
B.D. Joseph continues to lead this race. Look how wide they're going. I saw 4 wide there with Most Glorious Honorable Mr. Naga's Most Glorious Honorable Driver and Joe John Winchester trying to take a little
never mind. That was a crop plane. We're good. We're good.
All right,
just
that's
a
good.
crop.
All right, that's
What
good.
kind of crops we got here? It's a racetrack. What are they fertilizing over here?
You'd be surprised what they fertilize in the infield. That's why it's so damn illegal here.
Are they growing their own potatoes for the mashed potato pit?
Does cocaine grow on trees? That is our question of the week.
I mean, it could probably grow out there in Lake Lloyd in the infield.
Well, when in Florida, I suppose. And we see Cotton Stuff Body stuck in no man's land there. B.D. Joseph still leading this race in a lap 14.
I think he's gotten shuffled down a bit.
Oh, look at that. Coming off the turn, they're going 4 and 5 wide.
Oh, boy!
And they go right back into that line, seeing how loose they are going into those turns. All these cars seem to be going pretty loose.
Oh, my goodness. They're about to wreck. This is the best thing ever.
No. If it's going to wreck, it's going to be behind Woo Baba.
And the new leader is Rusty Arcand. You can see that. He's already led a lap, so no additional bonus points. He's already got the 5. That is Woo Baba. That is Woo Baba. Currently sitting in 3rd. Looking to go for 2nd.
I told you, sons of bitches. 2-time champion. 2-time Diddler Cup champion right here.
Well, race winner, I think, at this point, but it is going to be
Don't tell him.
Woo Baba in 2nd place behind Rusty Arcana in that number 12 LOA Dodge Stratus.
Last to first, you sons of bitches. Last to first.
And El Matador Toto Rosanna right behind him. Jeff Gordon, the horse, currently sitting in 12th place. You can see right behind that number 9 Gumboo's Chevy, driven by Stumpy Lane. You can see they're going 2 wide into that.
Dickie Blood down there in the 41 plasma train
Richard
car in the
Blood.
pack as well.
A good run on him coming out of dead last. And again, just shows that when you put the restrictor plates on, when you go super speedway racing, it really is anybody's got a chance, a fighting chance. We see El Matador Toto Rosanna and Stumpy Lane back up in 2nd and 3rd. Woo Baba down to 4th. Richard Blood, Cotton Stuff Body in 5th and 6th.
Well, the problem is Woo Baba is not used to the Tom Petty driving experience. He doesn't come in his yard no more.
Everybody wants to find out where the horse is. Let's go over, check out Jeff Gordon, the horse. He's getting a nice draft off of Mr. Naga's most glorious driver.
May he race for 10,000 laps.
He is currently in 10th place.
What the hell are you talking about? Mr. Naga's glorious driver ain't done shit. He's probably the worst fucking Uber you're ever gonna pick up in your goddamn life.
Hey, now, I'm a lift man, thank you very much. They got the mustache that reminds me of good old Ironhead.
Mustache on lift reminds me of my good old mama.
That woman had a mean snatch on her.
He sure did.
Wait with that damn thing.
And look at Jeff Gordon, the horse, going side by side with Cotton Stuff Body. Up to 7th place. And there is a big pack. They're staying 2 wide at this point. And, going low, going 3 wide. Look at Woo-Bob. I way up high on that track. I don't know if he was kind of forced up there by the 10 and the 8, but he's going to go back in line and get in front of the taxidermy wow car. That Ford, number 17, driven by Cotton Stuff Body. And it looks like Rusty Arcana continues to lead this race. Look at that pack right behind it. Nice close racing. Look at that. Top 15 cars on that last lap are within a second of the lead. That's the kind of racing we like here in the Diddler Cup.
It's close, and if somebody does some dumb shit, it's going to produce a wreck.
Time over my asshole when the feds get here.
Let's take a look at the little further in the field. We got, off the lead is Morris Mayfield, our points leader, having some trouble. He's about 2.7 seconds off the leader, and he's got no draft partners. He's going to be begging for a caution.
Oh yeah, I think Morris just botched the setup on his car, man. It looks sick. It looks like it maybe dropped the cylinder, or maybe it's just pushing through the corners, or hell, maybe he just forgot how to drive. Oh, fuck. Oh.
I think what he did was he moved the zeros on his car to spell out infinity, and it just didn't work that way.
That kind of optimism is not what is known for that 00 Niles Darby's team. And I think the only saving grace for him right now is to keep on that track, continue to run some laps, hope that other cars will go off the track, and you move some spots if you're having trouble with your car. Hope for a yellow flag, a caution.
Oh, there's not much hope in the Niles Darby squad, but at least it's even keeled. They know that this result is meaningless no matter what happens.
They have abandoned all hope the second they got on that track. Oh, a lot of cars loose off that turn. I think I saw Paul wobbling around there in the number 35 Bathhouse Jim's Bathtub Gin car.
I should also note Morris Mayfield abandoned ship, and that's when he first got to the beach.
Fair enough, he abandoned that ship for a stock car as well. And the only thing he's going to have to hope for is that the number 49 and the number 25, who got in that wreck early on, our only caution of this race, are going to stay behind him, and he can maintain that lead. He's got to watch out for some of those strong running teams, like the Woo-Ba car sitting in 8th place going into this race.
Woo-Ba is in 6th place. He's been running up near the front this whole time ever since he came back from the penultimate row of the grid.
And that might need to be all you have to do.
David Letterman wrote from the home office. Woo-Ba-Ba!
That might have to be all you need to do right now to move up in the point standings. This is only the 3rd race of a 20-race season. 22 laps in, it is not the time to make some very dangerous moves, as much as danger is the middle name of about 15 of our drivers.
Always time to do something dangerous and stupid.
You're damn right.
Blind Bob McGee in the number 44 Molested Pig Barbecue Chevy Prism car. That pig car. That is a blind man leading the lap here at a Daytona 500.
There was 5 of them. He picked up 5 additional bonus points.
What is he, blind?
Steak Club? Oh, the Steak Club's dead.
And of course, at the Molested Pig, you can join the Steak Club.
Put the brisket in the basket. Well, that one get to you? I've got a bad incident involving a basket.
It puts the dry rub on the brisket. It puts the dry rub on the brisket.
Or else it
Or else
gets
it gets
five.
the lemonade. It gets the iced tea.
Or else it gets the iced tea. I was trying to figure out how we finish that sentence and that reference.
Or them golden flake sweet heat potatoes chips.
Would you marinate me? I'd marinate me.
I'd marinate me slow.
And Blind Bob McGee with Rusty Arcana. Rusty Arcana knocking on that door, trying to regain that lead. He really lacked running in that clean air at the front of this race. Did not seem to be suffering. He's going to try to make that pass again. That's the thing I say as far as consistency so far, Rusty Arcana is probably the most consistent car on this track so far, 23 laps in.
He's got it handling good. He's moving his way through traffic. There, see down to the pits, there's his old father Tets, and there you see he's just trying to fight with anybody he can get his hands on.
And look at that,
Just
Paul
really-
Walker coming out of the pits, regaining the lead, maybe leading this lap after a quick pit stop.
Yeah, he changed the tires. He's got fresh rubber on these cars. All these other cars have worn out tires. He's moving to the front.
Only a
He's
couple of
boxed
laps
in.
making a huge difference, we can see. And he's going to have to fight off Cotton Stuff Body to lead a lap here at a Daytona 500. Paul Walker taking that turn.
Just taking that sharp turn, hoping that you don't hit a pole early on in this race.
Figuratively speaking, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
And going into the final turn, Paul Walker leads a lap at this race.
Good
A
Lord, what the hell's
Daytona
happening?
500.
The domesticated spade cat of motor races.
Yes, the number 2 Box of Wine Chevy Prism driven by Paul Walker. This is perhaps the best run we've seen from that number 2 car so far.
Hey, did we get the Gudger Blump out there?
Excuse me?
The Gudger Blump.
The
That
Gudger
thing that's-
Blump.
Yeah, I think is it floating out there? I mean, I know it would cause a bit of a distraction.
I mean, we had to change some of the letters on it so we didn't get,
Oh,
SOOD.
why don't you just call it the Ludger Beer Blimp?
That's
Oh, that-
fair, but they didn't pay us enough money to call it that.
Well,
That's the problem.
they got to pony up first. We sent them the invoice.
They got to pony up like Jeff Gordon the horse, no doubt. Paul Walker leading this race. Rusty Arcana right on his tail. Ricky Walton in the number 32 Temecula dirt car.
And has there ever been a better driver at restrictor plates than Ricky Walton?
Well, he wants to lead this race. He's got Wu Ba Bala as a drafting partner. I'm going to keep a close eye on this.
Yeah, Wu Ba Bali using his tried and true
for the
inseminator
inseminator.
tactics.
Arcana is backing up, and Walton's going to take second.
It's unbelievable.
Has
Temecula
there
dirt.
been ever any kind of barbecue thing called the dead left shrimp?
And Paul Walker continues to lead this race with Ricky Walton, Wu Ba Bala, Rusty Arcana, and Cotton Stuff Body as your top 5.
As you can see, by this point I'd be shitting my pants because Wu Bob Hollis up in third, but I'm restraining my excitement as to not alert the authorities.
That's good because they can smell your bowels.
And of course
If
we
they
would
send
like
that is how the K9 units work. They get a scent of your bowels, and they are off to the races, so to speak. Ricky Walton's going to make that pass at the low line. He's got Wu Ba Bala helping him, and Ricky Walton is going to make the pass and
Come on,
take
Team
it
Dirt!
with Wu Ba Bala behind him as a drafting partner, leaving Paul Walker all alone up the top of that track. Ricky
Yeah,
Walton.
suck on that, Team Dirt! Team Dirt!
Ricky Walton, Temecula dirt car. That Ricky Walton, the pair of Pontiacs are leading this race. The
All he
103
had-
Wu Ba Bala Pontiac Bonneville and Ricky Walton, the 8th different driver to lead a lap here at a Daytona 500 as we enter 29 laps in. This
And
is
we're
now the
halfway home
second
already.
half of the race. Just begun. Ricky Walton, he's going to go with El Matador Toto Rosanna on that low line. Wu Ba Bala opted to stay with, I think that's Reverend Pastor Chavez in the Crash Punch 33 car, that Dodge Stratus, who had a really good qualifying run. He's found his way back to the front of the pack again.
I like that Reverend Pastor Chavez because he's a hard-working dude. He just runs his gas station every day, and he comes out the track every week and probably just wrecks everybody he sees.
He certainly tries to, and look at that, Uba Abala going to be falling back. Couldn't find a drafting partner after losing Ricky Walton, who also decided to just get those bonus points and then fall back in line. A lot of racing still to go, and
right
Uba
now,
Abala yet to lead a
You
lap.
never know what can happen.
And Rosanna is holding that line down there at the bottom. He is holding that line.
Certainly is, and I think one of the things, as much as Uba Abala would want to go last to first, you got to think about leading a lap. You got to think strategically about getting those 5 points.
He's got to get those 5 points in the lockbox. Yeah, we got some lap traffic up in the head.
We certainly do. I saw Harry Gunt in the Butterfield Diet Plan car, that number 87.
Oh, terrible race for the Snatch Bandit, Harry Gunt.
The Snatch Bandit himself, and you can see those. He's got some drafting partners in the number 49 and the number 25 car.
So I mean, they're going to be somewhat faster, but they're still going to get in the way.
They are, and how they navigate them is going to be interesting. If we get a caution, then of course they're going to have to take the low line. We're going to go with double foul, restart. And we're seeing, look at how close. Now they might become drafting partners for some of these cars. Look at they're going single foul into these turns. Oh no, they're going wide. Oh, this might be an interesting development. Let's stay on that Rosanna and Jeff Gordon, the horse, as they got those lead traffic. Remember, just to give you an idea, that silver 87, that yellow 25, and the yellow and black 49 car are a lap down, and Jeff Gordon, the horse, is going to navigate 1, now make it 2, and he's just got to make the pass. He's going, he's in the middle of it. He's passed 2 of them, and Jean-Paul Henry is right behind the Butterfield Diet car.
Rosanna lost out there. He went with the wrong line of cars. You dumb son of a bitch.
He did, and here we got Jeff Gordon, the horse, and Jean-Paul Henry, Otto Bond, and Paul Walker. It's going to be Jean-Paul Henry leading the lap and getting past the Butterfield Diet car. Harry Gunt is going to fall in behind. Paul Walker going low, and in second place with Otto Bond in the 69 NASCAR. Richard Blood.
Nice.
And that is what we just saw right there, is a whole bunch of great driving to get past those lap cars.
Damn.
I should just also mention the Butterfield Diet's a lot better than Jenny Craigslist.
But just barely. You can eat literally anything you want 1 day a week. And any kind of diet that says that.
I got my kidney.
You could even eat the bones. As you see, there's the 11 car. Jim Blossom. We're seeing a couple of cars going to be pitting right now. Otto Bond leading a couple of cars to pit road. That's the number 44, the 32, number 8, 7, and 5. A lot of the leaders going to be pitting right now.
And look, they're all pitting together. They can't afford to pit by themselves. If they do, they're going to get slowed up.
And we're seeing Morris Mayfield leading pit road. Not a good run for Morris Mayfield. Now we got to keep an eye on who is still out on the tracks.
I don't think he cares much.
No, I don't think he does either. A lot of cars.
He's just he's just having that white noise play in his car. That's all his his pit radio is, just white noise. It's nothing.
Now, hey, hold up just 1 second. You don't have to call him out for listening to 311 tapes in his car.
That is fair, and you see Paul Walker stayed out, and maybe this is the strategy.
What's a better option? 911 tapes?
Of pitting early.
Absolutely. No, not in this case, though.
That's a good way to freak yourself out. That's how you lose races.
We don't have any ambulances here on site. We're just going to load them up back into the back of the Gremlin.
Hey, speaking of ambulances, Paul Walker's in the lead.
Paul Walker is in the lead. Already led a lap, so no extra bonus points. But got Richard Blood and Jim Blossoms right behind him. And we're going to see, as he might be making the pass on Cotton Stuff Body.
Oh my goodness.
Cotton Stuff Body is just dropping along with a lot of the original leaders like Jeff Gordon, the horse, Blind Bob McGee, El Matador, Toto, Rosanna.
I think at this point it's time for the restart.
We may have to see that. Now, here's the thing. Some of these cars have not cycled through yet. This is about where the pit window is. But Paul Walker in that number 2 pitted about 6 or 7 laps in.
Yeah, so as I mentioned earlier, he was able to top off the fuel and get fresher tires on the car. This is a smart move. How in the
He
hell
got
did
40
he
out
do
straight. Impressive.
That's only going to give him a couple extra laps, though.
But hey, he gets 69-cent refills on it. Nice.
And we're going to see how this works. Jim Blossoms is your race leader as Paul Walker fades a little bit. And these are cars that have been running pretty good all day. The 4-4-17 and the 7-5.
Jim Blossom's trying to make this race a new miserable experience for the rest of the pack here.
And we see Fat Darrell and Joe John Winchester getting back on the track from pit road. That's always a tough thing to navigate as well. Jim Blossoms.
No turn signals, just like regular highways.
Absolutely, and if you were going 20 over the speed limit, well, then you're driving too goddamn slow.
No doubt about that. And we're going to watch because these cars, you got to wonder, did Jim Blossoms decide to stay out long enough to lead a lap and then maybe wait it out to pit? Because you can see those lap times.
Get some slabs of chicken. We're going to see if he's going to double down.
Clearly, a lot of cars have pitted already. Everybody except the 11 and the number 2 car. Based on those times, look at those lap times. 37 seconds off. That's clearly a sign that the number 2 car and the number 11 car are going to have to visit pit road sooner or later, or else fuel is going to be a big problem for them. I mean, only a couple laps in to restock on fuel. Not going to do a whole lot for Paul Walker. A good strategy, but maybe not in the long run.
Well, we don't know. I mean, we saw that.
Might be hoping for a caution.
Who's the really annoying race announcer on the TV that keeps shouting all those nonsensical phrases just because he won a bunch of races way back when? Yeah, him. I think he drove about 55 laps on one take the field round here. And then he did
if anybody's got the good field knowledge, it's Mr. Naga's most glorious driver driving the Toyota Yaris.
Or is that Japanese made?
May he get 10,000 miles per gallon.
Absolutely on that Beepus. High octane Beepus. Put a little Beepus in your tank.
And just suck it down.
Maybe top it off with some soy sauce.
He's still running pretty good. We're keeping a close eye on that number 2 car, that box of wine Chevy Prism. He's still running pretty good. He's now put a whole bunch of cars a lap down.
This race has just entered Uncanny Valley, and no, it's not because we're committing felony trespassing right now.
This is a very interesting predicament because we got a whole bunch of cars who have pitted, and one stubborn sumbitch, and a guy who ate the bones who have yet to pit. And eventually, this has got to have to, that's the problem. I mean, you can't expect the tires to keep up this long when you got guys with fresh tires on there.
No, not if you're sliding through the corners, dropping it down to the first gear from 4th and then back into 4th again so you can power slide around the corners just like you would always do at Daytona.
Absolutely, and of course you got to do that power slide to get that nice little boost right after it. But Paul Walker, the stubborn sumbitch he is, 41 laps. It's
not just enough to be fast. You also got to be strategic.
And
he's
furious.
He's going to put Wuba Bala down a lap.
Now I'm furious.
Wuba Bala in 13th place. And again, we're kind of waiting for the shoe to drop, so to speak. We're waiting for the box of wine to spill over onto the carpet and stain it. And then you got club soda to clean it up, and then you got a spritzer when you wring it out.
Ooh, gross. I don't even like club soda. I just like me some douchette, especially with some Beepus 120 Ultra High Octane Fuel. That's the secret to giving it that extra spicy kick.
That's Beepus, the official.
And you get the crystal clear Beepus, the 93 octane.
That's Beepus, the official fuel of the Diddler Cup. Why the hell not? You can drink it too. When you're diddling, put a little Beepus in you.
Beepus.
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 And Jim Blossoms, I think, has in fact gone to pit road. So it is just Paul Walker like
It's
the
just-
cheese. He stands alone. He's going to have to pit. Look at this. And
Who's
we are
going to take advantage? Who's going to take advantage of this?
And it looks
Shit,
like it's
I
going
don't
to
know.
be Stumpy
It's been a long
Lane.
day without you, friend, but you got to pit, you dirty son of a bitch.
Paul Walker finally down to pit road.
You
Lap
almost
number-
had him, dude.
And we have just completed the answer of 4 to 2 laps. And it looks like going to the start-finish line is going to be Bowie Jessup in that HCL number 22 Dodge Stratus going
My
around
God.
the turn.
Somebody please get Randy Rosenlodge out of the porta-john right now. His bullet's just gone to the lead of the race. And someone picked up Bernie Jessup. I forgot which one's father, which one's son. I mean, hell, they look alike.
No doubt there. And wait, it says that, I'm sorry, Jim Blossoms actually is going to lead this race with Bowie Jessup right behind him.
That's
Right,
such
Jim.
a great thing in the Diddler Cup. It's a whole new race.
I thought Jim Blossoms was a lap down. My mistake. He actually got back onto the lead lap.
He
Into
must
that
have
packed
quick pitted.
car.
He must have gotten a quick pit stop, maybe a splash and go. But if he pitted for less than 4 tires, I don't know how long his car's going to be able to stay up front.
You are not wrong on that one. Paul Walker, as far as I know, back on pit road. We'll keep an eye on that just for a second. Yep, he is, and that's going to be a problem. He's going to have trouble getting back onto the pace with no one to draft with.
I like the might see, but sadly, it's all just gone up in flames around a telephone pole for old Paul Walker.
It's been a long day without you, friend.
And look, we got Burt McKitchen taking that low line.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
That it is, and Burt
It's
McKitchen, that
Fahrenheit
Slips Red Hot
420.
Pizza. Slips Red Hot Pizza is going to perhaps lead this race.
Ultra crispy pizza.
I do not understand why Paul Walker is still listed as the leader. It doesn't make any sense. Does not make a lick of sense to me.
Oh, hell. Somebody better wake up the scoring guy. Maybe he's got the 50 cal up on top of the roof. I think that's why he's scoring this
I'm
wrong.
sincerely hoping that this is not the game glitching out on me.
Oh, it should be
Oh,
fine.
no, it's fine, it's fine. You're good, you got it. It's updated, it's good.
Here we see Burt McKitchen.
Because Paul Walker's still in pits and everything, so that's going to go down.
Paul Walker is, I don't know where he is.
I think he might be up ahead of this pack of cars, but you see they're all running up in a pack, and if Paul Walker's right in front of them, well, it's only going to be a matter of time.
That's true. I think Paul Walker's still leading this.
Yeah, he's on the
That
back
might
stretch
actually
right
be
now.
it.
He's
Yeah,
down
you
into
can
turn
see there
3.
he is.
Paul Walker came out to lead this race, but it ain't going to be for long.
Not for very long. He may have had a very good pit stop. And you can see, look at that gap. Look at how quickly they just caught up to Paul Walker. That gap dropped by 3 seconds in 1 lap's time.
Here we come, you son of a bitch!
We are into 11 laps to go. Burt McKitchen gets the good run with Jeff Shanice. And Burt McKitchen is going to be the 11th different car coming around that turn.
Oh, Stumpy Lane got balked up behind Paul Walker as he was losing all the momentum. That's going to just absolutely ruin him's run.
That is unfortunate. And you can see
That
Paul
bubble
Walker
just popped.
Hey, y'all.
fading back
Where
into
did
that
Corso
pack.
go?
Wait, who
Is he
go?
up in that hell? Where's Corso? Shit. That helicopter up there. Is Corso in that?
He might have been. I don't know what we're going to do with the pace car when that happens. But Burt McKitchen, the 11th different car to lead this race. Jeff Shanice, Stumpy Lane are 2 and 3. I think it's time to go through the field real quickly. As we take a look at there, you see number 20, Burt McKitchen in that Pontiac Bonneville. Number 20 has not had a good couple of races to start the season. This would be an outstanding performance, even if he just can
I
only...
think Blind Bob McGee's going out, too. We got a piston problem on Blind Bob McGee.
Oh, that's a good eyes on there, but not good eyes on Blind Bob McGee on account of him being blind. He's got a piston issue. Bowie Jessup jumping up to second place, looking to make the pass on Burt McKitchen, but Burt McKitchen held on for the lap. Bowie
Piston.
Jessup in the number 22 HCL Dodge Stratus.
Piston. Hell, hardly even knew.
And he's got Paul Alcohol right behind him and Paul Walker. So Paul Alcohol in that Bathhouse Jim's Bathtub Gin.
That's the problem when you put those Honda Pistons in there. I mean, you're just about to deliver, you start dancing on like a fruitcake, shaking your eyebrows, and then you just walk in there and your piston gets knocked out.
And look at them,
damn
Stumpy
Honda
Lane
Pistons.
going 4 wide into
You ain't
that
fucking
turn.
working for me. I'll see you on the world, sir.
Absolutely. If you mess with too many of those Honda Pistons, you're going to end up with a glass Jovan engine.
And we can see just how loose those cars are getting on that track coming out of the turns. Stumpy Lane found himself at the high line of this, and he is losing positions. Bowie Jessup, your race leader, the 12th different car to lead a lap.
Oh, buddy.
As
So
we
it's gonna
currently
fight off a couple Pauls here.
are in lap number 49, 8 laps to go. Paul Alcohol looking to get himself 5 points, and at this point, lead the entire race. Paul Alcohol gonna take it to the start-finish line, the 13th car to lead this lap, and we see they got lap traffic already coming up. Richard Blood in the number 41 Plasma Train Ford Pinto right behind him. He's got Ricky Walton behind him. Bowie Jessup on that high line. Lap 50 of 56.
Oh, buddy. Paul Alcohol's car is running hotter than hell right now.
That we are, that Bathhouse Jim's Bathtub Gin. That Ford Pinto passing some lap cars.
There's only one trait that's going to do it for you if you want to get to the front.
They encourage you to try that Bathhouse Jim's Bathtub Gin cold. Try it cold. Enjoy yourself some cold gin. Paul Alcohol is pulling away from this field.
Oh, but how long can he
0.7 of a
afford to do
second
that?
between first and second, which is now Richard Blood. But here's the thing, Paul Alcohol's got some lap down traffic to contend with, including the points leader, Morris Mayfield, that 00 car. He's already made the pass on Kevin Boner Pillman in the Dongerex Injectapen number 15 Chevy Prism.
And
All
of
this
course,
thundering out.
in the Diddler Cup, these cars don't have to obey traffic laws. They don't have to yield. They can be stubborn as fuck if they want it.
And we don't have any race officials here because we were worried they're going to rat us out. So, do whatever you want, guys.
I mean, we already had that roll tide guy. I mean, he'll just let us in because we, greased his palms.
Like literally with actual grease, because that way you can't.
He ain't handling any more doorknobs for the rest of the week.
We put actual grease on his hands so we can't use a phone or a doorknob. You're absolutely right. Paul Alcohol leading this race. Ricky Walton in second. But there are 2 cars a lap down between first and second. Big Daddy Thibodeau in the number 62 Sinead Dodge Stratus in third place. And you can see this these gaps are widening.
Oh, buddy.
And here comes Ricky Walton looking to make a run. He's got a lap down partner to draft with. It's Morris Mayfield. He's going to try to go low, and he has now navigated the lap traffic, as has Big Daddy Thibodeau. We are very close with just 5 laps to go, 4 to go when we cross the start-finish line. Ricky Walton right on the bumper of that 35 car. 4 laps to go. It is Paul Alcohol in the number 35, Ricky Walton in the number 32 in second, Big Daddy Thibodeau in third, Burt McKitchen, Jimmy Poots rounding out the top 5 with Autobahn in the 69 car.
Nice.
In 6th place. And they are going single file in
4
those turns.
laps
Burt
to go.
McKitchen making a run. Burt McKitchen making a run, looking to make that pass. No one's going with him.
He's like a man on fire.
He is absolutely like a man on fire. Kevin Boner Pillman's going to give him a bit of a push. He's going to get past Big Daddy Thibodeau.
He's working those fins to the left. He's working those fins to the right.
He is running them pretty hard. He's got the pass. He's got third place. And now he's got Kevin Boner Pillman as a buffer zone. Oh, he very nearly went into Ricky Walton. That would have been an absolute tragedy. But he's
That would
going
have been
really
the worst
loose out of that
pass
turn.
in the history of Western civilization right there.
Here we go. 3 laps to go. It's still Paul Alcohol, Ricky Walton, Burt McKitchen in that order. Jimmy Poots has made the pass on Big Daddy Thibodeau for 4th place. Thibodeau down to 5th.
Buddy.
And Morris Mayfield in the middle of that. And then we got to see another lap car. Oh, man, another lap down car. Fat Darrell may be a very large obstacle for some of these cars as we are down to 3 laps to go. Wubabala in 13th, maybe making the move up. The top 10, Bowie, Jessup, Jeff Shanice. Good runs for them. Burt McKitchen up to 2nd place, made the pass on Ricky Walton. What happened to Ricky Walton? We're going to 2 laps down, 2 laps to go. Burt McKitchen is trying to make the pass.
Unbelievable.
They're going 3 wide with some lap traffic. Fat Darrell is taking that middle line. Kevin Boner-Pillman the way high line. 2 to go. It's still Paul Alcohol with Burt McKitchen in 2nd. Morris Mayfield is a lap down. He is not in 3rd, but he is causing some havoc for Big Daddy Thibodeau, Jimmy Poots, Ricky Walton, and anybody else trying to contend for that lead. 2 to go.
Oh, buddy, this is it. We got a lap and a half to go. Paul Alcohol is going to have to drive like a pissed-off teenager that just stole his daddy's car.
We're going to keep a close eye on him.
He's got to get wasted away in Martinsville.
And it
He's
looks
searching
like
for
Morris
he's searching
Mayfield
for his last bit of speed here to get a
He's
good
searching
run.
for the fire extinguisher.
going to the white flag. White flag is out. It is Paul Alcohol. Burt McKitchen on his tail. We're going to stay with Paul Alcohol right now. Big Daddy Thibodeau following Morris Mayfield. Looking to make the pass on both of them. It could be Big Daddy Thibodeau on the final lap of this race. Big Daddy Thibodeau is going with the points leader, and so is Bowie Jessup. Bowie Jessup trying to make a run. Bowie Jessup, they are wide.
Oh my God!
It is Bowie Jessup and Big Daddy Thibodeau. Jessup follows Mayfield. Follows Mayfield. He's got Richard Blood. Big Daddy Thibodeau gonna have to run it pretty hard out of this outside corner. Here comes Bowie Jessup. Bowie Jessup. He's got Morris Mayfield as a drafting partner. Coming into the turn. This might be it. It is Bowie Jessup, the number 22 car.
Oh, man!
The HCL 22 car has won this race. Richard Blood in 2nd. Big Daddy Thibodeau in 3rd. Paul Alcohol drops the 4th. Otto Bond, 69 car.
Nice.
A nice 5th place finish. The rest of the top 10. Burt McKitchen in 6th. Jeff Shanice in 7th. Jimmy Poots in 8th. Ricky Walton in 9th. And Jean-Paul Henry, a strong 10th place finish.
Oh,
your winner
goodness.
is Bowie
Look at Bernie
Jessup.
Jessup down there in the pit lane. He is so excited.
You can hear let's pull into that race radio. You can hear them celebrating. And there we have it. Look at that. 26 cars finish on the lead lap. And once they are pitting, we're going to go ahead and see if we can get a word with our race winner. But gentlemen, it was a great finish, a great race. What ended up, this is the interesting thing, is that it ended up being the points leader, Morris Mayfield, that ended up basically determining this race. He was the ultimate drafting partner for who ended up being the winner.
And that was just savage driving from young Bowie Jessup, one of those great young stars that we have here in the Diddler Cup. I wouldn't necessarily say great, but he is young and he is certainly a star.
To be truthful, I didn't know he was even in the damn race.
You know, he did not have a great qualifying run, but that just shows how important this absolutely is.
Now, when was the wreck that happened that kind of caused put this kind of chain of thing in motion here? It was around lap 3 or 5 or
pretty early. I think a lap 7 perhaps. And there you see, there it is. Bowie Jessup, the winner of this race.
Yeah!
And I think do we have him down in the pits?
Yeah. All right. Yep.
Lightning Lloyd, you down in the pits with Bowie Jessup?
Yes. I'm down here with Bowie Jessup. Just had a run down here. I was wondering when the cops would go, man. Hey, man, that's all right, man. Hey, man, just want to shout out on my sponsor, man. I want to thank Randy Lovermine for giving me one help race car down there. Holly Ball's driving real hard, man. I was just really holding on to this thing. I thought we were going to shit my pants and come in my pants transportation. I tell you what, man, we had a fast ATL 22 car. Thank Randy. He's dumb as hell. He drunk up his ass. I'll pay out. all day. Me and my father Bernie, we gonna get turned up this bucket night. We gonna listen to the Boots and Badass, or we gonna trash a Ruby 2-day tonight if we feel like it. Yeah.
All right, Bowie, you didn't really qualify all that well. If I recall, you qualified pretty far back in the field. What was it that helped you out?
Well, we're just determined, man. I know we didn't qualify for good like shit, but I tell you what, man, we just kept driving. And Paul Walker just pitting right in front of us. I thought we were going to be fucked, but I tell you what, man, we just driving. We keep ducking down and keep diving, diddling down there, keep diving 3-4 fingers right there, right? Who there?
Bowie, I gotta ask, what's your exit strategy? We drummed up a lot of people were noticing us. How are you getting out of here without getting arrested?
Well, that's all right. I mean, Randy's got that hammer band out there popped around in the back. He's gonna lay me down there in bed underneath a bunch of weed and a bunch of blankets down there. I'm just gonna get cuddled up. We're gonna drive this thing over into this racetrack.
Well, you heard it there. Thank you, Bowie Jessup, Latin Lord. He's very excited, it seems.
Oh my goodness! I tell you what, he is so fired up, and man, I tell you what, now he's got that first win off his back. I tell you what, I feel like the wins are just going to keep coming for this guy.
I think he's going to be up for days, and I think it's the cocaine talking.
You were not wrong on that one. He sounded like he was very excited. I don't think he'd be sleeping anytime soon. Well, we are getting the official race results, the official point standings. We're going to have them updated in just a moment at the bottom of your screen. Stay with us as we are getting that.
Just be sure to save your progress. Put your little ID card in the DDR machine.
No doubt there.
What about that driving game that's kind of like the Daytona, but with the little Toyota Corollas?
Who? Mario Kart?
Yeah, that one.
That sure is what it sounds like to me.
That's a good way to lose some friends there.
No doubt there. And let's go ahead and see how that looks. I'm going to make sure that all looks right so we can update our thing. And I'm going to go ahead and put save there. And we can see we got a new points leader in Big Daddy Thibodeau.
Oh, my goodness.
Leading in the points.
The South Tucson Legends.
Oh, my goodness.
The South Tucson dad, Big Daddy Thibodeau in that number 60 car. A huge finish. Third place gave him first place in the points. Right behind him, Otto Bahn. Bowie Jessup moving up to third place in the points. Morris Mayfield drops to fourth. Richard Blood in fifth. Jean-Paul Henry in sixth on 330. Jeff Shanice, Ricky Walton, Jimmy Poots, and Jim Blossoms are your top 10 in the point standings after 3 races. Wuba Bali, in case you're wondering, down to 12th after a 13th place finish. That's drops a couple spots, but still doing pretty good.
Hold on to it there. I figure that's respectable given where he started there.
And Bowie Jessup.
Bowie Jessup. I tell you what, he was either fired up or he was on some sort of substance. I think he might be taking too many of those Packer 2s.
I don't doubt it. I do not doubt it one bit right there. And we can see that Bowie Jessup is your winner. And I think what we want to do is we want to take a look at we got some of our highlights, right?
Yeah, played the tape back. But also remember, you got the 50 cal up in the... Shit, I think I heard something. No, wait, that was just my chair.
We got this. It's all right. Now we're going to focus on, if I'm recalling, we're going to focus on the 25 car of Jasper Kudisark. Give me just a couple seconds here to pull this up.
He's rewinding the tape.
We're going back to the tape.
He's got to drop it off a Blockbuster.
I'm more of a movie gallery kind of man myself.
I understand.
I'm more of the dimly lit back section that doubles as the assistant manager's office.
Absolutely, man. That's a perfect place to go spank it.
Absolutely. It's like you're back there.
Speaking of spanking it, I have a great story that involves Fred Lorenzen down in North Wilkesboro Speedway, and boy, I tell you what, he was having a tough time of qualifying. So in between happy hour, let's just say he was stuck in the bathroom for 2 hours, and they had to just pry him out with the jaws of life.
Oh, good Lord!
Well, we're gonna take a look right now and see what happened. This is lap 6, and you can see Jasper Kudisar was definitely off the lead lap. Wait, was this where the caution was out? I think this might have been where the caution was. Yeah, the caution's already out. Okay, bear with us here.
Rewind the tape.
We're gonna take a look even further back.
I feel like Bob is rating this one of these days.
Jasper Kudisar still was leading this race, started falling back. This is lap number 5 right now. Jasper Kudisar.
Oh boy, roll that bit.
Falling back.
Roll that beautiful beam footage.
He had that high line. He kept losing it. Really, we're gonna keep an eye on the turn. Look at him taking that really high line with Fat Darrell.
He's trying to get up closer to the fans.
Let's see what happens, because that was nowhere to go. That was not an optimal line. We're going to see what happens here. Watch that 49 car on the right side of your screen, that yellow and black car, the roadblock car, because he got into it with him, with Joey Rochester on this wreck. We're going to see what happens here. He's right in line with Rusty Arcana.
This part's good.
I do not know where it all started to go wrong for Jasper Kudisar. We're going to keep an eye on this.
This is where Aunt Mabel falls off the park bench.
People are wondering if Paul Walker was involved. Maybe that's why he pitted so early. You know, Paul Walker is way up there. Look at him. Oh, he just got loose and got loose on his own. Went into the wall. And look at Fat Darrell just barely missed it. That is Harry Gunt got some contact there. Nothing happened. He just got loose, put it into the wall, and Joey Rochester was right there.
Oh my goodness! And that's where Harry Gunt's spotter should have just told him to back it down so he can go down.
We're gonna take a look at that again. Let's see that again. I'm gonna rewind that just a little bit.
Kudisar doing the nice move though, just keeping it in the wall with the rub there. He's just, just rolling his own there.
Harry Gunt, yeah, he had no chance of even avoiding that. I mean, your spotter may have had it, maybe should have told him to just go ahead. So we're looking at it right now. You see there is Jasper Kudisar in that bright yellow car. That is Fat Darrell, who's avoiding the crash. Right behind him, Joey Rochester, the worst of it, aside from Jasper Kudisar himself. Harry Gunt does make contact. We're going to take a look at Harry. We're going to watch Harry Gunt on this one, see if he was able to avoid this one.
I think he got in a little bit with roadblock from what I saw there.
Yeah, I think he just taps him. Maybe not enough there. But,
well, the good news is everyone was okay, and they still continued the race.
You know what I think we need to do? I think we need to go on board with Jasper Kudisar for this one.
Yeah.
Let's rewind it a little bit and see what happens. Let's see what exactly happened. Did the car just get loose? Yeah, he's scraping the wall. You can see right there. There it is. Enough contact. There for the ride. You know, that could have been so much worse.
Oh my goodness. But I tell you what, he was doing an impressive job of driving with his cell phone camera pulled out the whole time.
And when he was going backwards, too, that's when the whole simulator was saying, nuh-uh, you can't go backwards. You're going to run out of time. You're going to insert, you're going to need, like, more credits and shit.
No doubt about that. Well, fans, this has been one hell of a race.
It has been a petty driving experience tonight.
It certainly has been a Richard Petty driving experience. We hope you have enjoyed a Daytona 500. It is 3 races in the books. We are looking forward to next week. I think it might be Wednesday night again. Keep an eye on our Twitter, IRMstream. You know where it is. It has been a goddamn auto race. And most importantly, be sure to check out our Twitter, to check the Wikipedia page, to make sure that all the rat stats got listed. We had 13 race leaders. I believe I got them all correct.
Get educated so we don't have to answer your stupid questions.
Absolutely. We are lucky that the cops have not arrived. We've got a huge race next week. Believe me, it's going to be a fun one. I certainly hope it is. The We Put a Bat in Everybody's Car 500 at the Too Far Speedway in Tulsa. Because how far is too far? Tulsa.
Too damn far!
Tulsa is too far. And we hope you've enjoyed the Diddler Cup. We went diddling. It's been a goddamn auto race for Beaumont Jenkins, for my partner Lightning Lord Shivers, for Roll Tide, who's decided not to call the cops on us.
I think his shift ended. His
shift ended. He just hightailed. He no interest in that. This has been a goddamn auto race. Boo and Jessup is your winner. Until then, this has been the Diddler Cup Racing Series.
Hey, watch this. I'm gonna steal Pettish hat.